Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome to the deep dive. You guys are not going to believe this, but today we're diving deep into a company that's using AI to try and take over the entire world of finance. That's right. Palantir, get this, they're making these crazy deals. Their stock is going absolutely bonkers, and some people are saying they're about to become bigger than Google.
What's fascinating here is Palantir's two-pronged strategy for global finance domination. On one hand, they're making these huge power moves, forging strategic partnerships left and right. On the other hand, there's this whole insider trading thing going on, and some analysts are saying the company might be massively overvalued.
So which is it?
Are they geniuses or are they about to go bust? Stick around to find out.
Okay, hold up. Before we get too deep into this, let's make one thing crystal clear. This deep dive is for entertainment and informational purposes only. We're not financial advisors, so don't go investing your life savings based on what we say, all right?
Agreed. Always do your own research and talk to a financial professional before making any investment decisions.
All right, back to Palantir. This two-pronged strategy you mentioned, break that down for us. What exactly are they doing?
Think of it like this. Palantir wants to become the essential nervous system of global finance, the brains behind every major bank and investment firm. And they're doing this by becoming so deeply embedded in these institutions that they're basically irreplaceable.
Whoa, okay, so how are they pulling that off? Are they hacking into the mainframe or something?
Not quite. They're doing it through strategic partnerships like the one they just struck with Société Générale, one of Europe's biggest banks. Palantir is integrating their anti-financial crime technology directly into Sajin's operations. It's like giving the bank a superpowered immune system to fight off fraud and other financial threats.
Hold on. So, Jen, isn't that the bank that always sponsors those crazy cycling races? Like the Tour de France and stuff?
That's the one. And get this, the timing of this partnership is perfect because the EU is cracking down on financial crime with this new thing called the Digital Operational Resilience Act, or DORA. It basically forces banks to upgrade their security systems, and Palantir is right there with the solution.
So they're like the superheroes of banking swooping in to save the day.
Exactly. But it's not just about stopping bad guys, it's about efficiency, data analysis, risk management, the whole shebang. And this brings us to Palantir's second major partnership this time with TWG Global.
TWG Global. Doesn't ring a bell. Who are these guys?
Only a massive investment firm with holdings in everything from Guggenheim Investments, which manages over $340 billion, to sports teams like the LA Dodgers.
Wait, the LA Dodgers. So Palantir's tech could be influencing America's pastime? This is insane.
Right, and the Dodgers are just the tip of the iceberg. TWG Global has a finger in so many pies, they need a way to analyze all that data managed risk across all their different companies and make sure they're complying with all the crazy regulations out there. Palantir's technology can do all of that.
So they're like the ultimate back office for the financial world.
More like the central nervous system, they become the operational infrastructure for these massive organizations.
All right, so we've got Palantir partnering with this giant European bank and this crazy investment firm with stakes in everything under the sun that's got to be driving their stock price through the roof.
Oh yeah, their stock has been on a tear. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember that insider trading thing I mentioned earlier? Well, Palantir CEO Alex Karp just sold a huge chunk of his company's stock, like $45 million worth.
Wait, what? Why would he do that if the company's doing so well? Something's fishy here.
That's what some analysts are saying. Now, executives often sell stock for various reasons, but the amount and timing of Karp's sale have some people raising eyebrows.
Okay, so we've got this crazy growth, these massive partnerships, but also this shady stock sale. Where do we even go from here? Stick around because this is about to get juicy.
Before we jump to any conclusions about that stock sale, there's another piece of the puzzle we need to look at: the people behind Palantir's expansion. Remember TWG Global, that investment firm with its fingers in all those different pies? Well, they just brought on this guy named Drew Cuckoo to head up their data and analytics team. And let me tell you, this guy's resume is absolutely bonkers.
Okay, spill the tea. Who is this Drew Cuckoo and why should we care?
This guy is like the real-life Tony Stark of finance.
Yeah.
He was the mastermind behind JP Morgan Chase's AI transformation, and they were ranked as the top bank in AI globally for 3 years in a row under his leadership.
Hold on, 3 years in a row. That's like winning the Super Bowl 3 times in a row. This guy must be a genius.
He's definitely a heavy hitter, and get this. Before JP Morgan, he led Project Maven at the Pentagon.
Project Maven. Sounds like something out of a spy movie. What was that all about?
It was a top-secret military AI initiative, and while the details are still classified, it's widely believed that Palantir played a key role in developing the technology.
So we've got this ex-military AI guru who also happens to be a Wall Street whiz kid, and now he's joining forces with Palantir's partner, TWG Global. This is getting really interesting.
What's fascinating here is that Kuka's background embodies this growing trend of talent and expertise flowing between the government defense contractors and commercial companies. It's like a revolving door of innovation, and it's blurring the lines between the public and private sectors.
Wait, so you're saying that by tracking the career paths of people like Tuku, we can predict future trends in AI and finance? That's mind-blowing.
Exactly. These individuals bring their insider knowledge and experience with them, shaping the strategies and technologies of the organizations they join. It's like a secret network of influence that's driving innovation at an unprecedented pace.
This is like a real-life game of chess with these super smart people making strategic moves that could impact the entire global economy.
And Palantir is right at the center of this game. But remember, there's another side to the story, the question of their valuation. Is this company truly worth the hype, or is it all just smoke and mirrors?
You're with ChannelVest. This is your analysis. Don't forget to subscribe because we're about to unpack all that and more.
Remember, this information is for entertainment and informational purposes only. We're not giving financial advice here.
Okay, back to the show. So on the one hand, we've got Palantir making these power moves, attracting top talent like Drew Cuckoo and inking deals with massive players like Sajinan and TWG Global. But on the other hand, we've got that CEO stock sale. And some analysts are saying the company's valuation is totally out of whack. What gives?
It's a classic case of a company with a lot of potential, but also a lot of risk. There are strong arguments to be made on both sides.
All right, let's break it down for our listeners. What are the key factors to consider when trying to figure out Palantir's true value? I mean, how do you even begin to put a price tag on a company that's trying to revolutionize the entire financial system with AI?
Well, first you have to look at their financials. How fast is their revenue growing? Are they actually making a profit? What's their debt situation?
Okay, those are the basics, but what about the bigger picture?
Then you need to consider their competitive landscape. Who are their main rivals? Are they gaining or losing market share? How long can they maintain their edge in this rapidly evolving world of AI and data analytics?
That's a great point. I mean, there are tons of tech companies out there claiming to do amazing things with AI. What makes Palantir different?
That's the million-dollar question. Are they truly unique, or are they just really good at marketing themselves?
So if I'm hearing you right, we need to look beyond the hype and dig into the details. What are their long-term goals? Are they investing in new technologies and markets? Do they have a clear roadmap for the future?
Exactly. And don't forget about those stock sales by Palantir's CEO. Do they signal a lack of confidence in the company's future, or is there a more innocent explanation?
Man, this is like a detective story. We're piecing together clues, trying to figure out if Palantir is the next big thing or just a house of cards waiting to collapse.
And that's why it's so important to do your own research and form your own opinions. Don't just blindly follow the hype or the naysayers.
All right, let's take a step back for a second. Remember, folks, this deep dive is for informational purposes only. We're not giving financial advice here.
Always do your own research and consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions.
Now, before we go any further down this rabbit hole, let's take a moment to thank our amazing listeners. You guys are the reason we do this, and we're so grateful for your support.
And we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on Palantir. Are they a game changer or a cautionary tale? Let's get a discussion going.
And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the world of AI, finance, and everything in between. We've got some amazing episodes coming up that you won't want to miss.
We'll be exploring some truly groundbreaking topics from the future of work to the ethical implications of artificial intelligence.
Stay tuned, folks. The future is happening now, and we're here to guide you through it. So we've laid out all the pieces of this puzzle. We've got Palantir's big ambitions, those killer partnerships, that rockstar team they're assembling, and of course those nagging questions about their sky-high valuation and that mysterious stock sale by their CEO. What does it all mean? Are they going to conquer the world of finance, or are they about to crash and burn?
It's a nail-biter for sure. And honestly, there's no easy answer. There's a lot of risk baked into their current stock price. It's priced for perfection, as they say.
Right.
If they don't live up to the hype, things could go south pretty quickly.
So if I'm hearing you right, Palantir is like a high-stakes gamble, high-risk, high-reward.
Exactly. They could be the next Google or Amazon, disrupting entire industries and generating massive returns for their investors.
Uh-huh.
Or they could go the way of those other high-flying tech companies that flamed out after their valuations got out of control.
Okay, so for our listeners out there who might be thinking about investing in Palantir, what's the bottom line? What should they do?
Remember, this is not financial advice. We're not qualified to tell you what to do with your money. But if I were to give one piece of advice, it would be this. Don't blindly follow the hype. Do your own research. Don't just look at the headlines and the flashy partnerships. Dig deeper.
What kind of research are we talking about? Give us the insider tips.
First, look at their financials. Are they growing their revenue at a sustainable rate? Are they actually making a profit, or are they burning through cash like crazy? How much debt do they have? Those are the fundamentals.
Okay, so check under the hood, make sure the engine's running smoothly. What
Yeah.
else?
Next, size up their competition. Who else is out there trying to do what Palantir is doing? Are they gaining or losing market share? How strong is their competitive advantage, and can they maintain it in the long run?
All right, so don't just look at the company in isolation. See how they stack up against the rest of the field.
Right. And finally, think about the bigger picture. What are Palantir's long-term goals? Are they investing in the right technologies and markets to achieve those goals? Do they have a clear and realistic roadmap for the future?
So zoom out, look at the whole landscape, and see where Palantir fits in.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask tough questions. Is their technology truly unique, or are they just really good at marketing? Is their leadership team making smart decisions? Is their valuation justified by their current performance and future prospects?
And most importantly, does it make sense for you to invest in this company based on your individual financial goals and risk tolerance?
That's the key question. Investing is a personal decision, and there's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Well said. You heard it here, folks. Think for yourself, do your homework, and don't be afraid to go against the grain.
And if you want to dive deeper into this fascinating world of AI finance and technology, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll be back soon with more deep dives into the most important trends shaping our world.
So is Palantir a groundbreaking company poised for world domination, or is it a cautionary tale of hype and overvaluation? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. Their story is a microcosm of the larger forces transforming our world. The rise of artificial intelligence, the increasing power of data, and the relentless march of technological innovation.
And whether Palantir ultimately succeeds or fails their journey will teach us valuable lessons about ambition, risk, and the future of our global economy.
So keep your eyes open, stay curious, and don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts on Palantir. We want to hear what you think. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.